السلام عليكم.
وعليكم
وعليكم
السلام ورحمة
السلام.
الله.
وعليكم السلام.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? I hope you are fine. Sorry for coming late. This time used to clash with Asr prayer, that's why I used to come late. Sorry for that. Inshallah, we will begin now. I hope the voice is clear. Please, if you hear me, just type in the chat so I see you. Okay, let's start our today's topic. Can you see the screen, please? Okay, fine. Today supposed to be the last day of pronouns. First of all, I want to apologize about last week lecture if I caused you confusion. I was just trying to help, but it turns out that I caused some problems. But today, inshallah, I will try to move slowly and clarify everything. Um, these are the objectives of today's lecture. I want to overview the pronouns, and then I want to talk more specifically on the connected pronouns, الضمائر المتصلة. Simply, a pronoun, just I want to start from the scratch. A pronoun in English is a word that replaces another name or a word. For what purpose? I just don't want to repeat the same name many times. Like this example, the students went to school this morning. They attended the class, they wrote the lesson, and they went back home. Instead of repeating the students many times, I just replace the students with a pronoun, which is they. The translation of these sentences in Arabic: الطلاب ذهبوا إلى المدرسة هذا الصباح وحضروا الحصة وكتبوا الدرس وعادوا إلى البيت. Again, the same idea is here. This is the subject, الطلاب. I don't want to say الطلاب ذهبوا إلى المدرسة. الطلاب حضروا الحصة. الطلاب كتبوا الدرس. الطلاب عادوا إلى البيت. This is not okay. So instead, we replace الطلاب with a connected pronoun here. We call it واو الجماعة. It's better, yeah, Muhammad, it's better to switch on the mic. Just go out of the meeting and log in again. The first thing you will see an option to switch on the mic. You choose it, please. So this is the principal idea about this is the main idea about pronouns. The same case is in Arabic. We have said, I'm coming. This is a classification of pronouns in Arabic. We have obvious pronoun and hidden pronouns. We don't have issue with the separated pronouns. أنا, نحن, أنت, أنتِ. These are straightforward. Now with the connected pronouns, the issue is still the same here. So I will go back to my main word. One important idea about the separated pronouns is that they show up only in the beginning of the sentence. This is very important to know. Don't confuse yourself about the connected pronouns. Separated pronouns, it will only show up in the beginning of the sentence as subjective pronoun in place of what? Al-mubtada. So once you want to start the sentence with a pronoun, definitely it will be a separated pronoun. It will be one of these pronouns listed in this table. We already specify them in the second lecture of pronouns. أنا نحن for first person, أنت أنت أنتما أنتم أنتن for second person, and هو هي هما هم هن for third person. Here are some examples. هذا محمد, this is Muhammad. Then هو طالب. Here, as you can see, I started the sentence, the second sentence, with a pronoun instead of repeating Muhammad. هذا محمد, محمد طالب, محمد يكتب. So we replaced. Somebody open the. Muhammad, please, you close your camera, please. So instead of repeating Muhammad, I just replace it with the pronoun huwa. And again, the pronoun, the separated pronoun will show up only in the beginning. As you can see, this sentence, huwa talib, we started with a pronoun. This sentence, we also begin with a separated pronoun. In all the cases that we are going to use the separated pronoun, it will show up in the beginning of the sentence. I hope you get the idea. Okay. On the other hand, once we want to use a pronoun in the middle of the sentence, then we will go to the other type, which is the connected pronouns. I hope the idea is clear. So here, these pronouns we see in the screen, all of them are considered to be subjective pronouns. They will replace al-mubtada. So once you start any sentence with one of these, it will be mubtada in place of al-mubtada. Can we see any separated pronouns as objective pronouns? Yes, we have. We have in Arabic, but we don't see them many times because they are hardly to see. They are not frequent. They are not as famous as the other separated pronoun. Iyaya, iyana, till the end. So these pronouns are separated and in the same time will show up as objective pronoun, but they are not famous. They are not popular. You understand? We usually see these separated pronouns. Okay. One famous example of this type of objective pronouns is إياك نعبد. We read it every day in Surah Al-Fatiha. إياك نعبد. But this إياك came first. The original of this sentence, let me use the other. The original of this sentence, نعبد, it's a verbal sentence. نعبد نحن إياك. This is a verb. نعبد, worship. We, this is the subject. نحن means we. And this is the object. نعبد نحن إياك. It means we worship you. So here we see a separate pronoun, and also in the same time it's an objective pronoun. It replaces the object of this verbal sentence. Anyway, I don't want to confuse you with these types of pronouns because as I said, you cannot see it many times in Arabic. Usually you will see these subjective pronouns. Okay, this is our discussion about separated pronouns. Now I want to go deeper in the connected pronouns. Connected pronouns shows up in the middle of the sentence. We agreed about that. So once you want to start the sentence with a pronoun, it will be separate one. But in the middle of the sentence, you will use the connected pronouns, okay? They can be connected to a noun, a verb, a preposition, even kana and inna. Let's see the cases in which we will see a connected pronoun. If we see a pronoun connected to a verb. So this specific pronoun, it will be either subject or object. Okay. If the pronoun is connected to كان, it will be directly the noun of كان. Despite كان is a verb, but we cannot treat it like a verb, a normal verb, because normal verb requires subject and object. But in كان, in case of كان requires two nouns or two things, a noun and a predicate, or subject and a predicate. And next, if we see a pronoun is connected to inna, so directly it will be the noun of inna. When a pronoun is connected to a noun, in this case, it will be a possessive pronoun. That's it. And finally, if we see a pronoun connected to a preposition, it will be what we call in Arabic genitive noun, ismun majroor. So these cases of connected pronouns, I will just summarize them in two main cases: subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. Subjective pronouns comes with verbs only. So this is the only case you will see the subjective pronouns. They are only connected to verbs. They cannot be joined or connected to anything else, like noun, preposition, or inna, yes. And what are these subjective pronouns? تا, we call it تاء الفاعل. نا, ألف الاثنين. واو الجماعة. نون النسوة, it's used for plural feminine. And lastly, ياء المخاطبة, it's used for singular feminine, if it's a second person. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 pronouns, or these 6 types of pronouns, once you see it connected, once you see one of them connected to a verb, it will be automatically subject, the subject of this verb. That's why I put it under subjective pronouns. Okay. All of them except for نا الفاعلين, all of the remaining 5, تا, ألف الاثنين, واو الجماعة, نون النسوة, and ياء المخاطبة, they cannot be joined to anything else except for a verb. This is easy enough. So once you see one of these 6 pronouns, so automatically, once you see them connected to a verb, automatically it will be the subject of this verb. I hope it's clear now. Second, objective pronouns. They come with verbs, inna, nouns, or prepositions. So we have 4 cases here. يا المتكلم, this is used for first person if it's a singular. كاف الخطاب, كا, we will see it in some examples now. And ها. Once you see one of these 3 or 4 pronouns connected to a verb, so automatically it will be objective pronouns. It will be the object of this verb. Okay. We have only one clash here, نا, because نا can be joined to a verb, can be joined to inna, can be joined to noun, can be joined to a preposition. This is a multitask pronoun. But how can we differentiate? If I have a verb and I see na is connected to this verb, how can I decide whether it's the subject or the object? You know, ta, if we see ta, for example, automatically it will be the subject. If we see ka, automatically it will be the object. But what about na? It can be subject, it can be object. Only the context of the sentence will determine which one it will be. Okay. So far, if you have any question, please, if you have any confusion, just ask in the chat and I will let you open the mic. Hello, do you have any question? Yes, this is what I'm about to do right now. The examples in the next page. Okay, okay. Let me go to the next page, which contains the examples. Okay, I will start with the subjective pronouns. So we agreed that subjective pronouns are only connected to. Please, the voice, is it clear? Because one is complaining about the voice. Okay, let me. Okay, maybe it's your own problem, Muhammadu. So please, you check your own PC or phone. Okay, we talked first about subjective pronouns. We said they only come with verbs, including kana, because kana is a verb. Okay, it's not acting like a normal verb, but it's one of the verbs. Okay, and again, these subjective pronouns, you will never see them connected to a noun or anything else. So they only joined verbs. And once they are connected to a verb, they will be automatically the subject of this verb. That's why I call them subjective pronouns. The first one we have تاء الفاعل. تاء الفاعل. Any ta, you will see it joined to a verb. So automatically this ta will be the subject. But I have two things to mention here. First, you will only see it with past verbs. So it will never show up with present or the command verb or فعل الأمر. And it has 6 forms, as you can see them here. So I choose the verb فعل. This is a past verb, means did. فعلت with ضمة. This is if I'm talking about myself, first person. فعلت. And here it replaces I. فعلت. فعلت. Second person, singular, masculine. You. Okay. And فعلتي, again, second person, but this time feminine. So we have 3 direct forms of تاء الفاعل. فعلت, فعلت, فعلتي. Okay, only the case ending is different. Here ضمة, here فتحة, here كسرة. This one you for masculine, this one you for feminine. Sorry about my handwriting because I'm using a mouse. Okay, it will also show up like فعلتما together with ما. This is for dual second person, both dual feminine and masculine. فعلتم plural masculine, and فعلتن. So for short, once you see ta, either it's alone or it's in combination with ma or na. So automatically this one will be تاء الفاعل. So here it is the subject of this verb فعلت originally, or if you want to translate it in English, it will be I did. فعلت, you did. فعلتي, you did also, but for feminine. فعلتما, again, you did. English is easy, right? You. You did, but this time is for dual. فعلتم, if I'm talking to a group of males, and فعلتن, you did also. Okay, so here in the first line, they are the subject of this verb. Okay, let's move to the second line. We said this subjective pronoun, it will come with the verb or كان. With the verb or كان. In case we see it connected to كان, so it will be the noun of كان. اسم كان. كنت, كنت, كنتي, كنتما, كنتم, كنتن. The same forms. Okay. So once you see تا connected to a verb, a past verb, automatically this one is تاء الفاعل. This is the verb here. فعل, this is the verb. Once we connect this تاء to this verb, it will be the subject. Okay. Any questions so far? Please, if you have question, if you want to clarify about anything. Okay, let's move to the second one. Hey, what's happening? Okay. The second one, نا الفاعلين. This one is used for plural, first person. Again, it will also show up with past verbs, the same we saw with تاء الفاعل, and it has one single form, نا. This is the form, نا, noon, and ألف. I will use the same example, the verb فعل, فعلنا. فعلنا means we did. We did. كنا. We, sorry about the handwriting, we were. Okay. What is the difference? Here, na is the subject of this verb. But here, na, if I want to specify its location, it will be the noun of kana. Ismu kana. Okay, this is the only difference. Okay, now let's move to the next one. And this one here, ألف الاثنين. Three of them, ألف الاثنين, واو الجماعة, نون النسوة, they will come or they will show up in all verbs, past, present, or command verb. فعل الماضي, المضارع, and الأمر. They have three forms, one for each. And they show up in two main forms, ألف or ألف plus noon. Okay, I will use the same verb, do. So here, in the past, here in present, and here in command or فعل الأمر. فعل, فعل, they did. But here I'm talking about two persons, dual. As you can see here, we have ألف. We said it will show up in case or in form of ألف or ألف plus noon. Okay, يفعلان. This one means they did. فعل. يفعلان means they do. Okay, they do. Present. افعل, I'm giving a command to two persons, whether they are two males or two females. Two females. افعل, again, we have it as ألف, only ألف with no noon. Okay, so again here, ألف الاثنين. In this case, it is the subject of the verb. As I translate it here, they, okay? افعل means do. I'm talking to some persons. You do, okay? The second example with كان, the only difference, as we said, it will be here the noun of كان. كان, again, ألف. This is in the past. كان, they were. Okay. يكونان, they are. And كونا, be. It's a command. I'm giving a command. Okay. So in the past and in the command, in the past and in the command, ألف الاثنين will show up as only ألف, like this. Here. Okay. But only in present, it will show up as ألف plus noon. يفعلان, يكونان. Okay. The same case is repeated here with واو الجماعة. It's used for plural masculine. Again, it will show up in 3 tenses: past, present, and order or command. It has 3 forms, and it will show up in 2 main shapes: waw plus alif or waw plus noon. Here, waw plus alif in both past and command, and waw plus noon in only what? Present. فعلوا, they did. The same translation, but this time I'm talking about group of males. فعلوا, يفعلون, they do. افعلوا, command, do. Okay. كانوا, here واو الجماعة is the subject of this verb. كانوا, they were. يكونون, they are. كونوا, be. Okay. So again, the difference here in the first case, with any verb, واو الجماعة will be the subject of this verb. But here with كان or one of its sisters, it will be the noun of كان. The same cases is repeated here with noon and niswa. The noon or na of plural feminine. It will show up also again in past, present, and order. This time it's easy. It will only show up as noon. Okay. فعلنا. This is in the past. They did. But this time I'm talking about a group of males. يفعلنا, they do. افعلنا, do. كنا, they were. يكن, they are, and كن. I'm giving a command. One student may ask or has a confusion. He said, there is sorry. Yes, I remember now. So one student may ask, now we see noon, right? And here we see noon again, and here we see noon again. What is the difference? فعلتن, we can see it here, right? The difference is the ta. Once you see ta first, so here you are talking about ta'ul fa'il, okay? The ta will come first, ta, okay? The one who will come first, so it will be the pronoun. And here also, يكونان, we have noon. One might be confused. This one, isn't it noon niswa, the noon for plural feminine? No, it's not, because there is a before it. Okay, so a comes first, so we are talking about aliful ithnain. And again here, يفعلون, we have noon again. So this noon, we will explain it later. But once you see, we are looking to the first letter. The first letter after the verb. So here, this is a verb, right? يفعل. The first letter after the verb, it will tell you which pronoun we are talking about. Here is waw, so we are talking about waw al-jama'a. Okay. Here, it's noon, so we are talking about nunu and niswa. Here, yakun, just get the verb. This is the original verb, right? Yakun. What is the first letter after that? It's alif. So we are talking about aliful ithnain. And here, فعلتن. فعل plus tun. Okay. The first letter after the verb is ta. Here, right? So we are talking about ta'u al-fa'il. Okay. And I want to mention that this one, na al-fa'ilin, this one, it will show up in all the cases. It can be come, or it can be connected to a verb, can be connected to a noun, preposition, or even kana and in. So this is a multi task pronoun. Okay, now, do you have any confusion, please? Do you have any question, any confusion? If you see me going fast or going slow, you please give me insight. Hello. Okay. Okay, for Madam Sabina, is it clear, please? Okay, let's do a little exercise. So here is a guide. We have تاء الفاعل، نا الفاعلين، ألف الاثنين، واو الجماعة، نون النسوة, and we forgot one. Yes, ياء المخاطبة. Sorry, we didn't talk about it. This is the last type of subjective pronouns, ياء المخاطبة. This one is only used for a singular feminine if it's a second person. It will show up in present and command. It will never show up in past verb, and it has two shapes, ياء ونون or only ياء. ياء ونون in present and only ياء in the command verb. So here is the same example. This is a present verb. تفعلين. If I'm talking to a single lady or a single woman, تفعلين. You do. تفعلين. Here. ياء and نون. افعلي. If I'm giving her a command, the noon will be removed. Do. Okay. And also with كان تكونين, present and command only. تكونين. You are. Okay. كوني. Be. Okay. So it will only show up for one person, which is singular feminine. So now here I listed all the connected pronouns or the connected pronouns that serve as subjective pronouns. تا, we call it تاء الفاعل. نا, ألف الاثنين. واو الجماعة. نون النسوة. and ياء المخاطبة. This the last one we mentioned. Now I have 5 examples. I will take one by one to extract the connected pronoun and identify its position or its location. Who will start first, or should I just pick? Okay, who is the first in the list? This is this number, please, 725. Can you participate? Hello, 725. Okay, let's move to the second one. Mrs. ضياء يعقوب. Yes, you are the only number we have. Can you participate, please, or you cannot? Okay, open your mic, please. Okay, let's move to the second person, and maybe you have an issue. Okay, Mrs. Dia, please, can you read the first sentence?
ساهمت في الشركة.
ساهمت في الشركة. Okay, where is the connected pronoun in this sentence?
تاء الفاعل.
Okay,
ساهمت.
okay, how can you know it's تاء الفاعل?
Because it is تا.
Just give me one minute, please. I'm coming back. Hello,
What's
assalamu alaikum. Sorry, Okay, you open your mic finally.
may I try the second?
Okay, try the second. Read it first, please.
All right. شاركنا في الحفل.
Sorry, I didn't put the case in it. شاركنا في الاحتفال. Okay.
Sorry, الهاتف.
Okay, fine. Where's the connected pronoun here?
Na.
Okay, na.
Na.
Okay, what is the location or the position of this connected pronoun?
The location, the second, the first person.
Yes, you are right.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
What is the question?
Okay, you said it is first person, yes. But now it is connected to what? شارك. What is the type of
the third singular person.
No, I'm asking about this word. What is the type? Is it noun, verb, preposition?
It's a verb proposition.
Okay, no, it's a verb. Okay, thank you for participation. You really tried.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So what I mean here, ساهمت. We said this one is تاء الفاعل. How did we know it's تاء الفاعل? First, because it's connected to a verb. This is the first thing, right? And if you want to know what is this connected pronoun you have in hand, you just separate it from the verb itself. This is a verb, ساهم. It's a past verb, means contributed. ساهمت في الشركة means I contributed in the company. So I separated between the verb and I'm sorry again, somebody was calling me. So if you want to know what type of connected pronoun you have in hand, just separate between the verb and the connected pronoun. What is the first letter you see? Ta, right? So it will be تاء الفاعل. That's it. So I don't care whether it's ساهم, ساهمت, ساهمتي, ساهمتما, ساهمتم, ساهمتن. I don't care. But the first letter I see after the verb is ta. So this is تاء الفاعل. And another thing to let us make sure this is تاء الفاعل, this verb is a past, right? ساهم, contributed. And we know from the previous table that تاء الفاعل only join past verbs. Let me go back so that you will remember. Here, we said تاء الفاعل, okay? It will only be joined to past verbs. Okay, let's move to the second person, Hinda. Is it correct like this? Can you please open your mic if you want to participate? Okay, maybe he's busy. Second in line, Engineer Mohan. Engineer, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
The
how are you
third one,
doing?
قوموا بالواجب.
قوموا بالواجب. There's a dhamma here.
بالواجب. Okay.
Okay, where's the pronoun here, sir?
Wa.
Okay, where? Okay, can you identify the type?
It is a third person plural.
Okay, is it third person? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you, what is the type of this word? قوموا.
That is
It's a
a
verb,
past
right?
tense. That's a verb.
It's a verb. What type of verb? We have past, we have present, we have command.
Past.
No, it's command. I'm giving
Okay.
a command. قوموا
Okay.
بالواجب. Do your homework or do the homework. Okay.
Okay.
So here, this is, it's correct. It is واو الجماعة. How could you know it's واو الجماعة? Just do the separation we agreed for. So the first letter after the verb is where. So we are talking about واو الجماعة. And one thing also, this one is a command, and واو الجماعة can join three of them: past, verb, and command. It's okay. So one last question, engineer, please. This one, this pronoun, what is the location or the position of this pronoun in this sentence?
It is third person. Oh, sorry. No.
No,
It
I'm
is,
talking about its position in the sentence. Is it verb? Is it subject? Is it object?
it is a you do means
Yes, I am giving them a command. This is in English means
do homework. You do homework means that this is the object. Sorry, subject.
subject. Yes, subject, because all these pronouns we are talking about are subjective pronouns. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So all of them, once you see them connected to any verb, automatically this one is the subject. Okay.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like I'm giving a command. Do you
Do your homework.
sorry. You do the homework. So who is going to do? The one who is doing the verb, the subject, you, right? So
Correct.
here it's a subjective pronoun. Okay. Thank you, engineer, for your participation.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, the next person is Sabina, right? Madam Sabina.
Yes. لا تتأخري على الدرس. It's فعل الأمر. So it's يا المخاطب. So
Okay,
it's don't basically translates don't delay or don't come late for the lesson.
for the lesson, yes.
Yeah.
This is you said what is the name of this pronoun?
It's I think it's يا المخاطب. No, مخاطب. No.
Yes, yeah. ياء المخاطبة.
Yeah, مخاطب. Yeah.
Because it's a female. We are talking to a
Yeah.
female. That's why
Yes, that's right. That's
okay.
right.
لا تتأخري.
Mhm.
What is the type of this verb? تتأخر.
تتأخر, I said it's command. They're commanding. It's a verb.
Yes,
Command.
this expression all it's command, yes. But the
Yes.
type of the verb, it's not a command, it's a present. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Original.
when we talk about no, it's not this one. So expression لا plus a present verb, it will give expression means don't do. Okay.
Yeah.
لا تتأخري, don't come late. This is the translation.
Yeah.
And again, if we divide or separate between the verb and the pronoun, the first letter you see, yeah, this is the first letter you see, okay? So we are talking about ياء المخاطبة. Okay, I hope it's clear. I hope the today's explanation is more clear than last week's.
Inshallah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, the next person we have in line, Salma, Mrs. Salma. This is the first time you join us, right? If you want to participate, it's okay. If you don't, it's up to you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, Alhamdulillah, Ustad.
You are from which country?
Kenya.
Okay, you are welcome. Can you please read this last sentence?
النساء يسعدون الرجال.
Okay, let me put the labels. You say
النساء يساعدون الرجال.
النساء يساعدن الرجال. Okay, النساء يساعدن الرجال. The translation: women help men, or women help men. Okay. Okay, where is the pronoun here?
I think it's the nun niswa.
Yes, you are correct. Nun niswa. How can we know? Just make a space between the verb and the pronoun. What is the first letter you see? Noon. So we are talking about nunu and niswa. Okay. And let me ask you, this verb, يساعد, what is the type of the verb? Is it past, present, or command?
It's present.
It's present because it starts with one of the present letters. Yeah. يساعدنا الرجال. So this one originally, if we want to analyze, النساء يساعد النساء الرجال. Okay, this is the. So instead of repeating النساء يساعدن الرجال.
Okay.
If I want to continue, I'm talking about النساء now. So I don't want to repeat النساء many times. ويطبخن, for example, الطعام. Again, we have the pronoun here. ويعملن في المنزل, for example. So here, instead of saying النساء يساعد النساء الرجال, ويطبخ النساء الطعام ويعمل النساء في المنزل. Sorry, just 1 minute. Hello, sorry. Today is my busy day. You still here, please? Or you left?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Still here.
No, we are here.
Okay, sorry for coming late.
I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm sorry. I have to go somewhere. Thank you very much,
It's
everyone.
okay. It's okay. Thank you. Okay, I hope now the subjective pronouns are clear. Once you see one of them, تا, نا, ألف الاثنين, واو الجماعة, نون النسوة, or ياء المخاطبة. Once you see them connected to a verb, or in general, once you see them in the middle of the sentence, so with no any hesitation, they are subjective pronouns. Why? Because they only show up or they only join verbs. They cannot join nouns, they cannot join preposition, they cannot join anything else. So once you see them in the sentence, directly they will be subjective pronouns, or what we call ضمير الفاعل. So they will be the subject of the verbal sentence we are talking about. If we want to proceed to the second type of pronouns or connected pronouns, we have objective pronouns. And this objective pronouns, it will come with verbs or with inna. And this time, even these objective pronouns can also join nouns or can also be connected to nouns or prepositions. So this is the main difference between subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. Subjective, it will join only verbs, including the verb كان. This is what it can do, what they can do. They only join verbs. But here in objective pronouns, they will join verbs and they will join inna and its group. And furthermore, they will join nouns. And whenever they join nouns, in this case, it will be possessive pronouns. And also we can see them joining prepositions. So let me take 1 minute to feel it. Okay, I will just use the same examples. The first one is ياء المتكلم. Okay, ياء المتكلم. Here it will show up as object this time, not a subject. So I will say ساعدني. ساعدني. يساعدني. This verb, help. ساعد means help. ساعدني. Okay. Here it will show up in the 3 types of verbs, past, present, and order. Okay. ساعدني or ساعدني, sorry. ساعدني. ساعدني means help me. Okay, what about the subject? Where is the subject here? It's a hidden pronoun. Okay, because third person, singular third person usually will show up as a hidden pronoun in case of subjective. So the translation, let me use the pen. The translation of this one, it will be he helped. Sorry about my handwriting. He helped me. So this year means me, objective pronoun. It's not I. Okay. ساعدني, he helped me. يساعدني, he is helping me. ساعدني, if I'm asking from someone to help me, please help me. So the verb, the command verb or فعل الأمر can be used in 2 situations: in polite request, like in English, and in giving a command. Given it depends on the situation. If the teacher is talking to a student, definitely it will be command. But if it's the other way around, if the student is asking the teacher to repeat again, he will use the command verb, but this time it will be polite request. ساعدني. So here, as you can see, the first yeah here, ساعدني, يساعدني, ساعدني. Don't confuse this يا with ياء المخاطبة here. افعلي. Only the context will let you know the difference between them. افعلي. So I'm talking to a female. ساعدني. They are the same. Only in the last case, in the command verb. But in the present, usually ياء المخاطبة will show up with noon. Okay, like here, تفعلين. I hope it's okay now. Okay, let me use it. We said this objective pronouns, it will show up with verbs, with nouns, with prepositions, even with inna. So if I want to say inna, I want to add yeah. Inni. In some cases, innani. Okay. Here, this ya al-mutakallim, it's in place of noun of inna. Okay. Innani or inni. What if it's joined to or it's connected to a noun? In this case, it will be only a possessive pronoun. Kitabi, qalami, my book. This one means my book. This one, my pen. Okay. I hope it's okay now. Sometimes we will see it connected to a preposition. Li. Li means for me. I can use it also for possession. Instead of saying kitabi, I can say هذا الكتاب, this book, li, for me, or mine. I hope it's, it's okay now. Do you have any question, please, on this first one? If you have question, you please type it in the chat.
May I answer?
Okay, please go on.
The noun of in the word sa'adani, you sa'adani and sa'adni. What is
Yes.
that noun?
Yes, is an extra. Don't worry, later on we'll talk about it. It's an extra to differentiate. Because if I say sa'adi, sa'adi, it's related to pronunciation. It will be hard to pronounce. So in this case, we add this noun. It's only happening with this type of pronoun, ya al-mutakallim. Okay, so because it's originally sa'ada, this is the verb. This is the original verb. So once we see ni, so we are talking about ya'u al-mutakallim. And this noun to utilize the pronunciation, to make the pronunciation easier. Okay?
Okay.
But it's not part of the, yeah. This is the, it will show up like this. So this is the first one, ya'u al-mutakallim. The second one, I just copied it. Na al-fa'ilin. This one is, it will also show up in the objective cases. We saw it with the subjective pronouns, but we will see it again in the objective pronouns. But this time, the context of the verb, it will determine whether it's subjective or objective. Let's use the same one. ساعدنا. Okay. يساعدنا. ساعدنا. Okay. Here is the na. The same na, we saw it before. But if you translate this first one, ساعدنا, he helped us. So here, the subject is not na. Someone else, he, we are talking about someone, he helped us. So the na here is equivalent to us. And us in English is an objective pronoun. He helped us, okay? If you recall, in the first example, subjective, we used فعلنا. Here, na is a subjective, right? Is a subject. Because this one, the translation is of this one, we did. So na is replacing the pronoun we, okay? And it will also show up in present. يساعدنا. He is helping us. Okay. And lastly, this one, ساعدنا. We are asking from someone to help us. ساعدنا. You please help us. Okay. This is the first case. We have said that, we have stated from before that objective pronouns will join verbs, nouns, and preposition, and even inna. Let's see these examples. Inna, inna, or sometimes you will see it like this, innana. Both of them are the same. So here, na is in place of noun of inna, ismu inna. Okay, what if we see it connected to a noun? In this case, it will be a possessive pronoun. Let me use the same word, kitabu. This is a word means book. And if I add na, kitabuna, our book. Qalamuna, our pen. Okay. And again, it can join preposition. هذا الكتاب لنا. This is a proposition. Only one letter, la, means for. So together with na, it will be for us or ours. This book is ours. Okay. So do you have any question here before we move to the next one? It's not alif al-ithnain. Okay, no any question? So should I ask question instead? Okay. Okay, open your mic, please. Paolo, this is your name?
See, Paolo, sorry for I didn't change my name first. It's the first time I connect.
Okay, you are welcome, sir. You are from Italy, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, you said you have question?
No, I mean, if you do some question to us.
It will be better, right?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'm coming. Let me just finish because it's only remaining two.
Yes.
Once we finish them, we will ask question. Okay, كاف الخطاب. This is the next one in objective pronouns, and we call it كاف الخطاب. خطاب means the address, and it can show up with second person only. Okay, let's check the same example. ساعدك, ساعدكما, ساعدكم, ساعدكن. It will show up like this in many forms. You remember in subjective pronouns, we saw تاء الفاعل show up in many forms. The same case is here. ك. Just we are interested in the first letter after the verb. So if you separate between the verb and between the connected pronoun, what is the first letter after the verb ك? So we are talking about كاف الخطاب, regardless of what is coming after ك. ما, it can be joined to ك, meme only, and nun. So once ك is the first letter after the verb, so we are talking about كاف الخطاب. ساعدك, he helped you. ساعدكما, he helped you, for dual. ساعدكم, he helped you again, but this time for plural masculine. ساعدكن, this time for plural feminine. In English, it's easy. All of them you. But in Arabic, you have to consider the number and the gender. And also this ساعد is the past. يساعد يساعدك. In present also يساعدكما يساعدكم and يساعدكن. Okay. And that's all. It will only show up in the past format and the present. It cannot show up in the command. Let's see if we join it to, if we connect it to inna, innaka, innakuma, and so on. Innakum, innakunna. Okay. And here, it will be the noun of inna. In the first case, ساعدك, the ka here is the object of this verb. Okay. But here, as long as it's connected to inna, it will be the noun of inna. What if it's connected to a noun? كتابك, your book. كتابكما. It will be a possessive pronoun. كتابكم, كتابكن, and so on. Okay. Again, if it's connected to a preposition like لا, لا means for. لك, لك, for you. لكما, for you. لكم, for you also. But this, the difference in Arabic is much more, is more than the English. لكم and لكن. Okay. The last one we have, we call it هاء الغائب. Once you see, instead here, instead of saying ka, you will see ha. ساعده, ساعدها, ساعدهما, ساعدهم, ساعدهن. Okay, this is when we are talking about a third person. Okay, I didn't get time to type it all. That's why I'm typing it now. So once you see ha directly after the verb, if I'm leaving a gap, here is the verb ساعد. What is the first letter after the verb? Ha. So we are talking about هاء الغائب, and we call it الغائب means absent. So it's a third person, someone who is not here. ساعده, he helped him. So we're talking to another person. ساعدها, he helped her. Okay. ساعدهما, he helped them, and so on. And this pronoun here is object, the object of this verb. What about the subject? The subject is hidden. Like this example, ساعده. The translation, he helped him. He is the subject, okay, which is hidden here in Arabic. And him is the object, which is this ha, okay? It will show up also in present, يساعده, يساعدها, and so on. And it will also show up in command, ساعده. I'm giving someone a command, ساعده, help him. ساعدها, help her, and so on till the end. And whenever it comes as part of inna, innahu, innaha, in this case it will be the noun of inna. It also can be joined to a noun. Let's use the same noun. كتابه, his book. كتابها, her book, and so on. كتابهما, كتابهم, كتابهن. And again, it can join, or it can be connected to a preposition. له, لها, لهما, and so on. So as a summarize, let me go out. as a summary, we have how many pronouns serves as objective pronouns? We have yeah, and this time it will show up as ni, noon and yeah. ياء المتكلم. We have كاف الخطاب. We have هاء الغائب. And again we have نا المفعولين. Once you see one of them joined to a verb, it will be the object of this verb. And moreover, these four pronouns, they can be connected to a noun, preposition, or inna. I feel like I consume too much time in this lecture. So do you have any question, please? Before we move on, I want to go back to the first table. Yes, that's it. Is there any question? Please open your mic and start talking before I give you any thing. The people who were complaining last week, please, if you have any confusion again, we're still together. Okay, Madam Salma, you want to ask something?
No, I'm okay. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, is there any question, please? So this is the summary of today's lesson. Subjective pronouns, which are these. Let me move this one till the end here. These five pronouns: تاء الفاعل، ألف الاثنين، تاء الفاعل، ألف الاثنين، واو الجماعة، نون النسوة، and ياء المخاطبة. These five, first of all, they will only join verbs, only verbs, including كان. So there is no way you can see them connected to a noun, a preposition, or inna. Okay. And once you see them connected to a verb, automatically they will be the subject of this verb. And also na. I put it alone because na is a multi-pronoun. It can join anything, verb, noun, preposition. And second, the objective pronouns. We have three, ياء المتكلم, which will show up as ni. ساعدني يساعدني. Okay. كاف الخطاب for second persons, and هاء الغائب for third persons. Once you see one of these three pronouns connected to a verb, they will be the object of this verb. Okay, including na. And moreover, these four pronouns, they can be connected to noun and preposition. Once they connect, they join nouns, they will be possessive pronouns. Okay, I hope it's clear now. I feel like, or I'm afraid, there is no time to practice because I already consumed too much time. But I promise you, in the next week, inshallah, the first thing we will start with is some exercises, because actually we need some exercises, or a lot of exercises, in order to understand these pronouns better. So before we conclude the lesson, please, I'm just listening to you. I've already done talking. Hello, no any questions? No any advice? No any confusion? No anything?
Can I ask?
No, yesterday there was no any lecture because I was busy somehow. Okay, please, Muallima, Mrs. Dia, you ask, please.
In objective pronoun of noun, what we call it?
What do you say?
When na comes as objective pronoun, what we call it, just like when na comes as subjective pronoun, we call it null filing. When it
Yes.
comes as objective pronoun, what we call it?
What we call it?
Like
Here in subjective pronoun, we call it na al-fa'ilin. Fa'ilin is the plural of fa'il, because here, once it's connected to a verb, it will be fa'il, which is the subject, right? But here we call it na al-maf'ulin, because in this case,
and mutakallimin too,
what do you say?
mutakallimin too, or just maf'uli.
No, al-maf'ulin. It's also, this is, no, I'm
Just like
talking here.
kitabi,
What do you say?
just like kitabuna. So
Yes.
it is not a maf'ulin, it is mutakallimin.
No, here I'm talking about it. If it's joined to a verb, okay. But if it's joined to a noun, what I said, any pronoun which is connected to a noun, in this case, it's a possessive pronoun. Okay, we call it ضمير ملكية. ملكية means possession. So let me take these 3 examples. فعلنا, ساعدنا, and كتابنا. Here, it's na al-fa'ilin. Why? Because it's a subjective pronoun. فعلنا, we. Okay. And here, na al-maf'ulin. Why? Because someone else, ساعدنا, helped us. And here, it's ضمير ملكية. Let me just clarify it. So here, فعلنا, we did, right? We here is the subject, right? That's why I called it فاعلين. فاعلين is the plural of فاعل. فاعل, which is subject. Okay. In the second example, ساعدنا, he helped us. Us here is the object, right? That's why we call it na al-maf'ulin. Maf'ulin is the plural of maf'ul, maf'ulun bihi. Sorry about my handwriting. Maf'ulun bihi means object. But here, it's not either subjective or objective. It's what we call ضمير ملكية, possessive pronoun. But here is one thing. In all 3 cases, in all these 3 examples, it's first person, متكلم, because we are group, فعلنا, we are talking about ourselves. ساعدنا, we're still talking about ourselves, right? He helped us. And كتابنا, again, we are talking about ourselves. So in the 3 cases, it's متكلم, it's first person. متكلم means first person. So I want you not to confuse between the position of the person talking. We have 3 positions. First person, متكلم. Second person, مخاطب. And third person, غائب. Okay? And don't confuse it with the position of this pronoun inside the sentence. What is the position of na here? Its position is subject. And here, it's an object. And here, it's a possessive pronoun. I hope it's clear now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, did I answer the question you asked, or I answered different question?
No,
Okay.
good.
Okay, any question, please, again?
What
Yes, I'm listening.
there is a sukun before na.
What?
I mean,
I didn't
if
hear.
fa'alna,
Yes.
before na, it has
Yes.
sukoon on
Yes.
lam. But in sa'adana, there is fatha on dal.
Yes. Originally,
So
it's like this. Sorry. Right? فعل. Right?
so whenever noun filing comes, then it will take sukoon. Always it happens.
Yes. This one will be converted to sukoon.
Always.
Yes. In case of na is subject. Let me write the second one. You are confused about فعل na, right? Difference between
Now
them.
it is object.
Yes, this one is subject. This one, sorry, the first one is subject. Even the translation of this one, فعلنا, we did. And the translation of this one, فعلنا, he did us. I don't know what he did us. Okay. So this is another indication. Once you see sukun before na, mostly it will be na al-fa'ilin, subject. Okay. And once you see fatha, we are talking about past
Subject.
verb. Yes, this is another indication. Thank you for the point. It will be object. Because even the translation is different. In the first one, فعلنا, we did. We. So we are the subject. We are the one doing the verb. But in the second one, he did us, فعلنا. Okay. So now it's object. Okay, thank you for this interesting question. Okay, I think it's time to close because we have already consumed much time. Unless you have any question left, I will just have to conclude. And then, as I promised you, inshallah, next week, the first thing we will do in the beginning of our lecture is to solve some exercises. I will make sure to have enough exercises for you to understand this pronoun much more than we explained. And please forgive me if I did any confusion to you or I caused you any type of issues. Please forgive me. Thank you so much, and until we meet, inshallah, next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, engineer.
Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you are welcome, sir. You are all welcome. مع السلامة.
I'll make it up to you.